Hello, my name's Jo Bailey. I'm Head of Farming at RSPCA Assured. We're here today to talk about ethical shopping. And today I hope you will learn how the products that you choose when you go shopping impact the welfare of farmed animals. And I'm hoping there'll be three takeaways. One will be the key animal welfare issues affecting farmed animals. Two, the labels and terms, what they mean. And three, what to look out for and what more you can do. So what do we actually mean by ethical shopping? It's the impact of our choices as consumers, as people who are going and buying products, the impact that has on the people, the planet, and the animals. So when we buy something, where was it made? Who made it? Were they being paid enough for it to make it? The environment, the planet itself, the rainforests, were they impacted by that choice? And the animals, what happened to the animals that were farmed? Were they having a good life? Why does it matter? Why does farm animal welfare actually matter? 1 billion animals are farmed in the UK alone every year, and more than 40 billion worldwide. That's 58 times the number of pet cats and dogs, plus millions of fish in the UK alone. And all of these animals are sentient beings. Sentient means they can feel pain, they can feel pleasure. Many of these animals, unfortunately, are kept in conditions that do not meet their well-being. Their well-being is their physical, and their mental, and their behavioural needs. And so this can lead to suffering. So what are the issues affecting farmed animals? Space. A lot of animals are kept in very small places, sometimes in cages or small pens, where they can't have any exercise, they can't run around, and they can't lie down comfortably. Light can be an issue. Either they have no access to natural light because they're kept in barns without windows, or they have artificial light. The breed of the animals that are farmed can be quite different according to where they're farmed and how they're farmed. Example, chickens, their breed is to make them put on as much weight as quickly as they possibly can, so they're faster growing and they can be sold quicker. But unfortunately, that has an effect on their welfare and on their health. The living conditions they're kept in can be dark, it can be cramped, and they might not have any enrichment at all. They might not have anything to play with or anything like straw to root around in. The way animals are handled isn't always very nice. They can be hit with sticks to move them around, and animals get very stressed, just like we would if someone was urging us along and we didn't want to do it. Mutilations are things like having their tails docked or having their beaks trimmed. And transport and slaughter. This isn't always done in a calm and humane and quick way. And during that time, animals are transported and slaughtered. These things do need to be thought about. Space, light, breed, living conditions, enrichment, handling, mutilations, transport and slaughter are all things that the RSPCA Assured scheme think about, and our standards ensure that animals have the space to roam around in, to exercise, to lie comfortably. They have natural light. Their breed is taken into consideration, and they're not bred just purely to grow as fast as they possibly can. Their living conditions are spacious and as natural as possible, and they have enrichment like straw to root around in. For example, pigs like to root around and make a nest, or balls to play with. Our dairy cows have brushes set along the walls that they can brush against. When animals are handled, they're done so calmly and in an experienced manner. We try and limit the amount of mutilations as much as possible, and transport and slaughter standards are a requirement to be the best they can possibly be. You may have heard of a method of production labelling, or you may have seen it on some of the packets that you buy. These fall into these different categories of caged, which is in particularly with either rabbits, caged rabbits, or with caged hens, where they're kept in a very small cage, about the size of an A4 piece of paper. Indoor or barn, where animals are kept in a barn or shed. That can be with or without windows. For RSPCA, it has to have windows. Outdoor bred, outdoor reared. So if it's outdoor bred, they are born outside, but then they come inside to be finished. Outdoor reared, pigs are reared outdoors half their life before then moving outdoors. Free range means they're reared outdoors their entire life, right through from birth to when they are finally slaughtered. And just because we say they're outdoors all their whole life doesn't mean they don't have shelter to go into, either a barn of an evening or in poor weather, or some sort of house they go in. We cover, RSPCA Assured covers all of these rearing systems except caged systems, because we don't believe that cages can sufficiently meet all of an animal's physical and behavioural needs. You may have had an egg for breakfast or at some other time, and you'd have realised there's some writing on it. And what does this stand for? So the 0, the naught, is for organic. Number 1 means it's free range. 2 is barn. 3 is cage. And UK is the country of origin on this particular example. Country of origin, so where our food actually comes from, is not always an assurance of good animal welfare. The legal requirements and requirements of farm assurance schemes like RSPCA Assured in each country can vary. You can get some assurance schemes which purely are about higher welfare or about organic, or just very much the baseline standards. In some cases they can be higher welfare, and in other cases they can be a lot lower. If you want to see a comparison of the different countries and where they stand against animal welfare, have a look on the World Animal Protection website, because they have a very handy tool for this. So what do the assurance labels mean? So you may have seen some of these. You have Red Tractor, which is very commonly used in the UK. It's a UK farming industries assurance scheme, and it covers the basics, the legislation and the basics. And it also covers, it doesn't just cover farm animal welfare and farm animals, it covers also things like crops and vegetables. And then you have Lion Code, which is about egg-laying hens, the industry's food safety assurance scheme. MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, is the fish industry's assurance scheme. And we have RSPCA Assured, that lovely bright logo there, which is the RSPCA's Farmed Animal Welfare Assurance Scheme. And we totally are about higher welfare and ensuring welfare. And Soil Association, which covers organic and the organic farming. Retailers, so the supermarkets, have their own labels at times, and that can be very confusing, and it's always best to have a look on their website because they do have their own standards. And don't forget that animal-derived ingredients, so sometimes in products like sandwiches or pies or pasties or cakes, there can be animal ingredients inside those. So it's always best, if you're wanting to check what you're eating, to look at the ingredients on the back and to know that you're not supporting poor animal welfare unwittingly. You can find out more by looking on the MSC Good Fish Guide, the World Animal Protection Index, or the RSPCA Assured Trade Up and Trade Off. And in fact, if you have a look on the RSPCA Assured website, it gives you a lot of information about where products are sold, but also about our standards and about what we actually do. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this webinar today. I hope you've managed to take some of the points home with you, the key animal welfare issues that affect farmed animals and what the labels actually mean. And you've learnt that actually what you buy, what you choose to buy, can have a real impact on farmed animal welfare. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you for attending this Satchel course. Thank you.